There's a kind of silence that speaks louder than any confession. And that's where he is now. Quiet, but hopeful. He won't say it. Not yet. Maybe not ever. But something inside him still turns toward you, like flowers leaning toward the last warmth of the sun. The angels whisper that your presence planted a seed in him that refuses to die. Even when pride waters the soil with resistance. Even when fear tries to choke it out. It keeps growing. Quietly. Invisibly. Because what you awakened in him wasn't just desire. It was remembrance. A memory buried deep in his spirit that only you could stir again. He tries to reason his way through it, telling himself it was timing, or coincidence, or just a passing feeling. But every time your name echoes in his mind, his heart flinches with recognition. You are not forgettable. You are not replaceable. And he knows that. Even if he denies it out loud. The angels say, he asks about you in silence. He wonders if you still think of him. He imagines a version of this life where he was ready for the love you offered. And though he walks away, emotionally guarded, there's still a part of him, the soul part, that watches for signs. Because somewhere inside him, the boy who prayed for a love that would never leave, still hopes it might be you. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. Jeremiah 29 verse 11. You felt the walls, didn't you? Not the ones built of words, but the ones made of pauses, of moments where something unsaid hung in the air heavy. He doesn't push you away because you aren't enough. He pushes because you are too much, too real, too true, too close to the places he's hidden from himself. The angels say, this man has wounds he's never spoken of, even to God. Beliefs that claim love fades away. That presence always turns into absence. That when someone truly sees him, they'll walk away. So when you saw him, really saw him, not just his smile, but the tremor behind it, his soul went into defense mode. And yet, it yearns for the light that is you. This isn't about your worth. This is about the battles he's lost with himself long before he ever met you. The angels are clear. He's never faced anyone who made him want to risk safety for truth. Until you. And that's why it hurts. That's why he runs. That's why you keep feeling him, even when he's silent. You were never the wound. You were the mirror. And for someone who's only known rejection, being seen can feel like vulnerability. He may not say it. But somewhere inside, his soul is whispering, please, wait for the part of me that's learning how to stay. You gave more than he could hold. And yet, you kept giving, thinking maybe love could heal what time forgot. But the angels now ask you to turn inward, not away from him, but toward yourself. They whisper, she who carries light must not forget to rest in it. You have poured your prayers into someone who still doubts if he deserves them. And while the heavens are moved by your devotion, your soul is quietly asking, and me? Who watches over me? You are not meant to empty yourself to prove love. You are not meant to shrink so he can grow. The angels say, your love is not a currency to buy connection. It's a fountain meant to nourish, including you. Allow yourself to be full again. Full of your own laughter. Full of your own care. Full of your own sacred knowing. He is on his journey. And so are you. And though you are linked, the pace is not the same. You cannot slow your wings to match the one still learning how to crawl through his past. You are allowed to shine, even when he hides from the light. And if he ever finds the strength to return, let it be to a woman who chose herself, not one who waited in ashes, forgetting her own fire. The angels remind you, self-love is not a betrayal. It's a beacon. And maybe, just maybe, it's what leads him home. He never expected you to be a mirror. But you were. Still are. And that's why he trembles near you. Because when he looks at you, he doesn't just see beauty. He sees his reflection, and the parts of himself he's tried to outrun. The angels say, she didn't just stir love in him. She stirred truth. You didn't need to call out his fears. Your presence did it for you. In the silence of your gaze, he saw the boy who was told to toughen up. The man who was told to bury softness. The soul that longed to be met, and feared what would be found. It's not that he doesn't want you. It's that you make him feel everything he's silenced. And that kind of awakening? It's violent to the parts that prefer numbness. The angels show a man standing at a threshold, his hand on the doorknob of transformation, but afraid to step through. Because love like yours is not passive. It demands. Not in words, but in presence. You demanded, without asking, that he show up whole. And he's still deciding if he can. So if he's distant, cold, confused, it's not because you failed. It's because you revealed. The mirror you held up didn't just show him what's wrong. It showed him what's possible. And now, he has to choose. He doesn't know how to name it yet. But something in him is changing. It happens in the quiet moments, when no one's watching. When he remembers your voice without trying. When he hears your name in songs he used to ignore. The angels say, his heart is cracking open in slow motion. You didn't just pass through his life. You activated it. And though he tries to go about his days as if nothing moved, there are tremors inside him now. Subtle shifts. New longings. Old questions resurfacing with new weight. He feels your absence like a phantom limb. And yet, it's your presence within him that haunts more deeply. Because something you touched in him refuses to go dormant again. The angels whisper, he has never looked at love the same since you. Maybe he still flirts with detachment. Maybe he still wears that mask of control. But you'll notice. A softness creeping in. A pause before he speaks. A vulnerability that peeks out when he doesn't catch himself in time. This is what awakening looks like. Messy. Beautiful. Terrifying. And still, sacred. Because for the first time in a long time, he's not just surviving connection. He's feeling it. Therefore, if anyone is in Christ, he is a new creation. The old has passed away. Behold, the new has come. 2 Corinthians 5 verse 17. He disappears. Then returns. And you wonder if it's love, or confusion. But the angels want you to see beneath the surface. This isn't a game. It's a wound. They whisper, he pulls back not because he doesn't feel, but because he feels too much. Every time he gets close, he brushes against a part of himself that isn't healed. Not yet. It's not about you. It never was. It's about the voice in him that says, you can't hold something that pure. You'll only ruin it. So he tries to let go. To release what he thinks he doesn't deserve. But your essence lingers like perfume on his skin. And the emptiness he hoped would be relief, becomes longing. So he circles back. Every time. The angels say, this is not indecision. This is sacred tension. A soul learning how to receive love without losing its sense of self. A man standing in the doorway of devotion, but trembling at the threshold. Your job was never to convince him. Only to be. Let his rhythm be what it is. And let your rhythm be faithful to your own peace. Because if he is meant to stay, he will not keep running forever. And if he is not, you will not need to chase what was never yours. Some loves don't vanish. They just take longer to find the courage to stay. You didn't heal him with words. You healed him with your presence. Not because you tried, but because you loved him without needing him to be anything other than exactly what he was. The angels say, she loved him where even he couldn't reach. You saw the man beneath the armor. The tenderness behind the sarcasm. The ache behind the silence. And that kind of love, the kind that sees beyond performance, it disarms. It confuses. It transforms. He doesn't know how to explain what you've done to him, but he feels it. In the way his chest tightens when he thinks of you. In the way peace felt different when you were around. You didn't just love him. You reminded him he was lovable. That's the miracle. Because the world taught him he had to earn connection, prove, perform, pursue. But you just were. And still, you gave him warmth. The angels show him now, quiet, reflective, holding your memory like a sacred balm against the old pain. Even in distance, your energy lingers. Not demanding. Just here. You didn't come to fix him. You came to show him that healing was possible. And now, he walks a little softer, breathes a little deeper. Because once, you loved him in a way that made him believe he could be whole. There's no map for soul connections. No compass for divine timing. Only trust. Only faith. The angels are near now, closer than breath, and they whisper, "This is not a delay. It is preparation." You may feel forgotten. But heaven has not lost track of what was planted between you. Every detour, every silence, every aching pause was allowed. Not to punish, but to align. Because love like this isn't rushed. It's woven. In sacred silence. In divine patience. In the invisible hands of timing you do not yet understand. The angels want you to know, he is being led. Not by logic, but by spirit. And though he may resist, though he may stall, his path bends toward you every time he listens beyond fear. You are not standing still. You are being rooted. And he is being unraveled so that what remains is only truth. Trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways submit to him, and he will make your path straight. Proverbs 3 verses 5 to 6. This was never just about romance. It was always about remembrance. A reunion written long before this life. And it is coming. In divine order. By divine hands. For divine hearts. He wants to open his heart. But every time he gets close, the door trembles on its hinges. The angels say, he's afraid of the light. Not because it burns, but because it shows him what's been hiding. He was taught that strength meant silence. That love meant loss. That vulnerability was weakness. So when he felt safe with you, too safe, his instinct was to run. Not because you were unsafe, but because you were sacred. You made him feel. And for a man who survived by not feeling, that's holy and terrifying all at once. The angels show him now, sitting with the ghosts of who he was before you cracked him open. He's not running to escape you. He's running from what love requires, surrender, nakedness of soul. You asked for nothing but presence. And yet, that was everything he didn't know how to give. He longs to be chosen, but fears being seen. He aches to be held, but doesn't know how to reach. Still, his soul hasn't forgotten the feeling of safety in your arms. Be strong and courageous. Do not be afraid or terrified. For the Lord your God goes with you. He will never leave you nor forsake you. Deuteronomy 31 verse 6. And maybe that promise, echoing quietly in him, will be enough one day to help him stay. You've done enough. Not in effort, but in essence. The angels say, she loved from the soul. And that was always more than enough. It's time now to rest in what is, instead of aching for what could be. To hold the beauty of the connection, without needing to force the outcome. Some souls come to teach us longing. Others come to teach us how to let go. And the rarest ones come to teach us both. He may still be finding his way. Still learning that love is not a trap, but a temple. Still fumbling through his fears, trying to reconcile the love he feels with the life he's built around not feeling. But that's his journey. Not yours to carry. Not yours to fix. The angels want you to remember this. Your value was never tied to whether he stays. Your worth is not measured by returned messages or changed hearts. You are worthy, because you love without agenda. Because you stayed soft, even when the world hardened. Because your presence was the prayer he didn't know he was whispering. So now, release. Not in resentment, not in retreat, but in reverence. Because what is yours by soul never truly leaves. It circles back, or it sets you free. And either way, you win. Amen.